Tommy to me, mate. I can't help it. You're always going to be young Tommy that used to phone in. Chris Walker's backstage. We've got Elijah.
I'm 30, man.
Yeah, but you're just little to me. Like I'm only joking. Like you were early 20s when you first started calling in. No disrespect intended. Yeah, I know. We've got more people coming on as soon as Canadian Cam. What are you here to say, brother?
Yeah, Tom, I'm driving, so sorry. You might have to mute me after. Do you hear me all right, though?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Oh, cool. Davies.
Bro, the signal is crazy. Actually, we can't really hear you at all now. You've started talking. that went west quite quickly. Try calling back, Canadian Cam. Sorry, brother. Thomasin, what you saying, bro? What you saying?
I'm good, man. Long time no see. How are you, Tel? You good?
I'm very good. I know it's been a while since you've been on the Terrace, mate. What are you here to talk about tonight?
Well, the title's over for me. It's over because obviously we're 9 points behind Liverpool. Chelsea away was a must-win game. We were toothless again. Newcastle away was a must-win game. They deserved to beat us, and they were the better team, and we were just awful. So yeah, it's done for me, man. I don't think we're gonna win anything with this guy in it, with Mikel in it, because he's just not taking me to where we want to be, like to winning titles, winning the Champions League for the first time, and him buying, and he doesn't, and we like I said to people, we need a top class striker. We haven't had a striker since Aubameyang, since Abba. We haven't had a top striker. Like, then he buys Kai Havertz for 65 million, thinking you have to use that money to get get me Eucharez, Osimhen, or Isak, Sesko. He failed to do that. We need a right winger because Saka needs competition. He failed to get me a right winger. He got Sterling, who for me he's washed. Sterling is not what he was. Washed up player for me. Then I want a left winger. I want like a Luke or Nico Williams. He failed to do that. Trossard for me, he's a bench player at best. I've defended Trossard, but when he starts games, he goes missing. He's not effective enough. Martinelli, yes, he scored a good goal against Chelsea, but I think it's time for me to cut our losses with him this summer. I just think he's not the player he was, and he pisses me off. He every time he's on the ball, he looks down thinking, why does this man look down? You have to look up to take on your man. He doesn't do that enough. I'm getting frustrated with Martinelli. I think we should part ways with this guy in the summer. And yeah, I just think I said Liverpool I think Liverpool will win the league. I said Liverpool are my favourites to win the league because Arne Slot's a good manager. They're flying. Yeah, we're 9 points behind them. I said to people, it's November. Yeah, it's November, but it's done for me because we can't keep dropping points. And yes, even if we beat Forest, Fulham, West Ham, cool. But it's not going to change anything. And we need to start winning trophies because this is Arsenal Football Club. You can't have one FA Cup in 5 years. And he spent over 700 million and he's got one FA Cup in 5 years. When are we going to start questioning Mikel? When are we going to question this? Because I've been Arteta out for
800 million.
When are we going to question this manager? When are we going to start asking questions? Because people love to make excuses for him. Because for me, if we don't start winning anything, I think he needs to go. And we can. And there's a lot of names that I would love to get as well.
Bro, I think you're absolutely right when it comes to questioning him in terms of the rebuild. If people want to speak about that, is done. Okay, I do think there is validity in what he had to build over the first 2 to 3 years. The squad he took over was poor. It was disbalanced. The club was in absolute disarray. I don't think any Arsenal fan can disagree with that, considering a lot of the Arsenal fans that wanted that don't agree with that were the same people that were protesting Wenger out, protesting to get and moaning to get Unai Emery out. That doesn't sound like a club that was in a good situation if you're having to do that. However, I absolutely concur, and I believe since the start of last season, moving into this one, Arteta has to be judged on what he is and is not winning. With Pep signing a new deal, I don't think anyone can no longer say, well, let's kick the can until next season because Pep isn't going to be here anymore, and that may level the playing field. I don't think you can do that. So I think you're absolutely right that from last season, this season included, the trophies that Arteta wins should dictate how much longer he stays at the club. I completely and utterly agree with you.
And one more thing, Pep signing a new deal. It's not looking great for us Arsenal fans, even Liverpool fans. The greatest manager on earth, the greatest manager in the world for me. Obviously, I think I pick Fergie. I think Fergie over him for me, and I think Fergie is better than him for me in my opinion. Obviously, you're a legend in my opinion. I think Fergie is the greatest for me in my opinion. But like I said, that's great. I said to my dad and people, questions have to be asked if we don't win anything, because he's been with us for almost 5 years and it's not good enough, and we need to win as well. And people say, who are we going to get? I've given the people a list of managers. I said to people, I would love Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann's the one I would love. I will love Simeone, Carlo, but let's be real, we're not going to. Why would Carlo leave Real Madrid for us? We're not going to get Carlo. I remember a lot of people say, "Oh, Carlo's washed, Simeone's washed." I'm thinking these are these are winners. Like
Carlo said he said he's going to retire when his job.
Carlo's moving on. Carlo's moving on.
Then,
but
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll take Xabi Alonso, top manager. I'll take a Xabi Alonso. I'll take Inzaghi.
Well, if you want a shot, you can take him at the end of the season.
As well.
Tom, I really appreciate you calling in, mate.
Get him. Let's be real. I would.
Yeah, no,
I would boot him out and give him to you.
Yeah, Sam don't like him at all. Stay with us though, Tom. Thank you very much for giving us your thoughts. So I want to tell you on the amount of money spent, because I see everyone challenging on it. It's 782 million euros that have been spent. 651 million pounds. So that, I think sometimes people get confused with how much Arsenal and all clubs have spent, because some websites put it in euros, some put it in pounds. But Arteta has spent, in terms of not including sales, it's 651 million pounds or 782 million euros, give or take. So some websites might have it slightly higher, but that's in and around those figures as what has been spent by them of a football club. This comment here says, "Oh, please, these lazy arguments are not good enough. Not good enough. Judge at the end of the season." Listen, hang on. What I will say is, hang on. Let's be fair to the comment. Let me just, because you guys are saying no. He isn't saying that you shouldn't judge him on winning trophies or not. He's saying, well, let's have this conversation at the end of the season when we know what trophies have been won. What's unfair about that particular view?
Who wants to go first?
Because he hasn't won nothing in the last 3 years, so he kind of like, well, what do you mean judge by that season? He basically did the same thing every season, but for the last 4 years, he bottled top four, he bottled 2 title races, he hasn't won jack shit. Like, what do you mean judge end of the season? It's like been 4 years.
I think this season is the one you judge him from, because he's been doing okay to rebuild Arsenal. So that's as a not an Arsenal fan, because I'm a Manchester United fan, but what Arteta's been doing is what I've been praying United have been doing, just rebuild your team to challenge. But I think this season now he's got to win something to say, well, I've rebuilt Arsenal and I got your a Champions League, or I got your Premier League. So yeah, this for me is his judgmental on what he's going to win this season. Sorry guys, I can't bring the camera on because
that's fine. That's fine. Do you know what? I think it's fair. Look, I understand where this comment is coming from, and this is where I think the debate is fair. Some Arsenal fans want to wait until the end of the season, then have the conversation. Some Arsenal fans believe, same as fans of all clubs, that having what they perceive to be negative conversations isn't of any benefit to the football club at this point. However, I do understand the frustrations of fans that don't believe they're going to win anything with this manager. I get it from both sides, and I do think there is a conversation to be had in this.